Hello and welcome to the channel. If you haven't done so already, make sure to like and subscribe. So Honda dropped the Acura Integra Type S and it's going to be shipping out in June, and expect to pay crazy amount of money for it because obviously anytime one of these rare vehicles comes out, the dealership just goes insane. So best believe they're going to go insane with the prices of this. We saw what happened with the Type R. They were going for like 20,000-30,000 markup, which is just absolutely insane. Don't buy it. Don't do it. Let them rot in the dealership. That's how I feel about it. All right. But anyway, let's go check a look at the exterior design. And then we're also going to take a look at the interior design and then talk about the technical spec of the car overall. So let's go ahead and begin with the video for y'all. Alright, so as always, I will be leaving a link in the description for you guys if you want to go check out the videos, or all the links. I will leave it in the description. Now, first thing first, what we see from the front of it here, if we can take this back just a tad bit here, you can see, I believe there's a sensor. There's a sensor right here. Now, I'm not a fan of just big empty spaces. Not a fan unless this is somewhat functional. I think Honda has gotten a lot of pushback from fans about the way that the Type R was designed for the 10th gen with the fake vents and all that stuff. So I'm not sure if this is fake or if it's functional. Looks kind of functional. And then also another thing here, I really like the design of how they kind of like made it a little bit wider, give it a little bit of a wider stance. I think it overall look of the car really stands out, and it differentiates itself from all the other Acuras, Integras. But overall, I dig it. And of course, the Integra will come with 19-inch wheels and tires, same thing as the Honda Civic Type R. The previous model had 20 inches and it had its issues. For me, it was always just anytime you hit a pothole, doesn't matter how fast you're going, just reasonably fast, 45, 40, you can dent the rims easy because the treads on those tires are like super thin. So giving us a smaller rim, I think it's overall better. Ride quality is going to be better as well too. So these are the Michelin Sport 4S, Pilot Sport 4S, whatever. So in the exterior, here we go. We're going to the backside now. You get the three exhaust. You know, it is what it is. You know, we've seen this in all of those videos and all of the pictures that Honda has put out themselves. We've seen it. We've gotten used to it. And I like the fact that it doesn't have a big old spoiler. You want to know why it doesn't have a big old spoiler? I have a theory. Because it's a luxury car. You don't want to look ridiculous. You want to be low-key. And I feel like this car is low-key. But it still could, it's got that grunt underneath the hood. So there you go. Take that as will. Take that as you will. I always felt like the way that obviously same engine as the Type R, it's a 2-liter, 4-cylinder engine, and I think they changed this just a tad bit, just a tad bit changes here, but everything else is similar. I wouldn't be surprised if this is coming out of the same factory, literally getting built together. But yeah, just the way that the stance is, I feel like it could go another 1 inch lower. Now, if you are gonna buy this car, or if you're gonna buy yourself a Type R, I would not mess with the suspension. I wouldn't touch that. That's just me though. I wouldn't touch this suspension. I wouldn't touch the rims and tires. But everything else is fair game. Exhaust, intake, all that other modification that you want to do in the car, you know what, go for it, go nuts. But for me, I feel like the way they design the car it's perfect the way it is. They spent millions and millions and millions of dollars on the R&D to make this car what it is. So I don't know if I would trust a aftermarket company designing something superior. Sometimes they do. Sometimes aftermarket designs a better product than the manufacturer, and that's a fact. But when it comes to a car like this, I would try to stay as much original as I can. Look at that. Mm, I would love to have one of these in my garage, but I already have one too many. I have my Type R. I think I'm okay with it for now. But let's go ahead and see if we can get a interior shot. Oh shit! Do they have any interior shot? They do. They do. Now the interior is where it's disappointing, but it's also a overall. Overall, this is what I'm gonna say. Overall, the interior looks okay. It looks like a Civic, looks like an Acura, looks just, you know, nothing too special. The one thing I can commend Acura that they did not mess this car up on the interior is they did not give it a red carpet. I think that would have been a terrible idea. I hate the fact that the new FL5 has those hideous, hideous red carpet. I don't know what the design choice was. Who did this, right? But overall, this is the same interior that the Civic has, as well as all the other Honda vehicles as well too. So, so I did wish that they changed it up just a tad bit because it's an Acura. You know, it's supposed to be luxurious, be comfy, and of course, this car is gonna be very, very comfy, somewhat, and you're gonna have all your creature comforts. Now, it's what's weird here is the two tone. It seems like a cream color right here, a cream color as well as black and cream. It's not my cup of tea. I would have been okay with it just being red, um, but it had to separate itself from the Civic Type R in some ways, and I think that's definitely a way for them to separate it. And the interior, obviously, look at the seats; they look very, very comfortable. Um, it definitely is different when you step into this vehicle. Everything else is going to be the same, like where the buttons and everything will be exactly like how it is on the CRV, the Pilot, the Civics, the Acura Integras, all those other stuff. You know what I mean? Everything is just, it's the same thing. You know what I mean? But the fact that the seats and the way the color schemes are going to be different depending on which one you want. I'm assuming they'll have like all black interior or whatever. And then so we're going through the different modes. So you're gonna have same thing like the Type R. You can individually set your brake, your suspensions, how if you want you know stiffer, your steering wheel as well too, your engine. So here we go, and your gauge as well too. So if you want like right with the Type R mode, I guess, or R mode or S mode, I don't know what the heck it's called. Um, but yeah, I'm curious. I want to get inside this vehicle and seeing what it's all about. And I will be covering this vehicle when it comes out in June. And I will also be getting inside of it, letting you check it out, giving you guys a full in-depth view of the physical car. Because right now we're just watching this video and, you know, giving you my opinion. Now, so let's go ahead and talk about the technical specs. So this is the Type R right now. Pretty much everything here is going to be the same thing on the Acura Type S because it's the same engine. So there's nothing special here. But the only thing that difference between the two vehicles are, besides the interior, it's the weight. The weight is just a tad bit, just a little bit heavier than the Type R, just a little bit. I think the Type R weighs about 3188, I think, when I looked at it. And then the, oh yeah, right here, there it is, 3188. Surprise. I'm surprised I remember it. And then if you look at so when we go to the Acura's weight, it's about 3219. Obviously, it's just a little bit heavier. It's supposed to be a luxury brand, so they can give you a little bit more creature comfort. especially, and still kind of throwing you in the back of your seat as you're going through those gears. Again, you got 320, so they gave you just a sliver of of performance, just a tiny bit. 320 at 6500 RPM. The Type R is 315 at 6500 RPM. Redline is at 7000 RPM. Same thing. Yeah. So overall, design wise, you know what? I'm okay with it. I wouldn't actually mind driving one or owning one myself. And as always, it has those rev matching, and I'm sure it's going to have those artificial sounds because that's that's a thing now, I guess. Everybody likes fake fucking sounds. The one thing that we don't have is price. So yeah, we just don't know how much it's gonna cost, and expect to see the price of the Acura Type S around, I want to say maybe at the end of May or maybe mid-May, somewhere along those lines, because it's supposed to go on sale in June, but we don't have a specific date. And also on top of the price, you're probably going to be able to build your Acura Type S the way you want. Unlike the Civic Type R, you only get one trim. You get the Touring, which gives you pretty much everything that they want to give you in the Touring model. With the Acura Integra Type S, I think it's going to be a different deal. There's going to be different trim, maybe, possibly, but I'm not sure. I'm just giving you again my opinion. But knowing of how Acura is, it's a luxury brand. They're going to give you a little bit more option for you to tweak it to your liking, and it's going to cost a little bit more. So we'll see. I think it'll start probably like 44, 46, maybe, but that's, I don't know. And then dealership, obviously, they're going to want way more money for that. They're going to want at least like 70 or some crazy, ludicrous price because it's the first Acura Type S that we've seen in a really, really long time. The last time we had an Acura Type R was what, 1990? 99, I'm sorry, 2001 was the last one when they stopped selling in 2001. I actually like that design, and hopefully one day I will be able to own that one too. Just have a garage full of Hondas. Why not? They last a really long time, reliable, fast, whatever you need, man, you got it. But anyway, thank you very much again for joining me in this lovely morning. I am tired and I am going to sleep. As always, make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I will see you in the next one.